Yeah. What's up? Got him running scared on a big bad wolf, and I heard the same shit, dog. It's really getting old. Got so many hundreds that I can't get it to fold, and I'm only speaking facts, just the truth is being told. Got him running scared on a big bad wolf, who I never see the silver lining, only see the gold. I don't speak in caps, dog. Everything bold, and I put that on myself, cause it's a life that I done chose. I said come through, you can see me on the west side. Now it's funny how they walking with their chest high. Ooh, I heard him talking numbers, but he just lied. Thought I told him that's the shit that I can't let slide. You gon' make me say it again. Do this shit for my family, I seen them do it for trends. I done told too many girls that we better as friends. I done told too many men we can't make no amends, and that's facts. Got him running scared on a big bad wolf, and I heard the same shit, dog. It's really getting old. Got so many hundreds that I can't get it to fold, and I only speak in facts, just the truth is being told. Got him running scared on a big bad wolf, who I never see the silver lining, only see the gold. I don't speak in caps, dog. Everything bold, and I put that on myself, cause it's a life that I done chose. Way I'm moving, I don't see him in a way. Way they talking, I'm not hearing what they say. Got some bands, and I bought myself a place. They get a couple and they blow it in a day. But I ain't built like that. They done said my time is up, but it still ain't passed. I done heard what they say, but it feel like cap. Yeah, I took a couple shots, but I'm still intact. Yeah.
I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Okay, dream so big that it think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can top that. No way. Critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that. Plotting on the kid with the bull, tell them all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on, and I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on.
Oh, yeah, baby. What is going on, everybody? And welcome to the Designated Spittaz. Oh, we are ready to rock. We are ready to roll into a big week for NYYU.
Yeah, it's a big
man.
YU week, man. We was just talking about it. I can't wait.
I tell you what, I was literally like right before we went live, I started drinking one of these probiotic drinks that are, they got a lot of carbonation. As I tried to get some of that stuff out, a burp was like, brother, come on, brother. I'm coming up, brother. I'm coming up. You better finish your sentence.
Oh, man.
That shit was not playing with me right there. But we quickly got a super chat from our guy, Connor O'Neill, who has been going in, by the way. Wasn't in game season, was at a Bucks game. Keep up the hard work. Can't wait to meet Pete again and Francis and the awesome community NYYU to the moon. Can't wait to meet this amazing community. Everyone come say hi. Oh, they will.
Oh, yeah.
They'll come say hi, all right. But we got a couple of things to talk about today. First and foremost, as Francis was already alluding to, big week for NYYU. As you guys know, Connor kind of said it too. Saturday, Francis, is here already. NYYU Day, Sox Yanks.
Yeah, man. We've only been talking about it for months, leading up to it, getting excited. I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, I think back to April 20th, man. Think about where we were and how things were and how since then so much has changed. It's the same season, believe it or not. It feels like forever ago. But we're still in the same season, and NYYU Day, the sequel, man. And I'm just so happy to be with the community again, to see you guys again, to spend some time with you, and to give our rendition of the Soto Serenade in right field.
Yes, no doubt about it. It's going to be amazing. Soto's going to be right out there with us.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be a great time, as you guys already know, but it's really, really going to be amazing. As Connor O'Neill is asking, how many people in the chat don't have a ticket but want to go Saturday? Connor's been out there just making sure this event sells out. My man ain't playing around.
I appreciate
So,
that, man. Connor,
Yeah, we
man.
appreciate you, Connor. Truly, you're the MVP right now, brother. Like, you doing that for, forget NYYU. You doing that for this community is just unbelievable. So, truly appreciate you, man. But one more thing, Francis, that we have coming up that we can't really say what yet, but the day before the event, me and you and Jira, we're going to be a little busy. We're going to be busy because we will be filming NYYU On Site Part 2. The second episode of NYYU On Site is going to be filmed the day before the event. And everybody, the cool thing is, I think a lot of you are probably going to be chatting about it at the event because the trailer will probably be out Friday night. If I know me well, I think the trailer will be out Friday night.
I mean, it depending how quickly we turn around and get back to where we need to be. Shit, it might be out before dinner, man. Let me tell you guys, man. I don't say y'all think I just be talking, I guess, man. But I'm telling you, man, this man Pete is maniacal about the dedication. Man. I'm telling you, nobody part of this guy. It's crazy.
Not at all, man. I do not play. Like once we start filming these things, they're funny. Even before we start to film these things, I always have like a vision in my head of what I want everything to look at. We've talked about potential NYYU On Sites for the future, and we've made trailers in our mind already, haven't we?
It's crazy.
We've sat there and talked about these things, and it comes out the way we thought about it, which is really wild. Manifestation, folks. It's a real damn thing, I tell you. But it is truly, truly amazing. But as you guys already know, that it is a busy week for everybody here and for NYYU going forward. It's also a busy time for our New York Yankees, of course, as the Yankees are going to be playing some big games coming up. And if we look at where everything is right now, the Yankees are indeed in first place. They are a half game up over the Baltimore Orioles. Now, the Yankees set to play tomorrow, Kansas City, and then, of course, Boston for the event. Yeah. But this past series, I think, showed us a lot from the Yankees.
Yes.
As the title basically gives it away, the Yankees pitching feels like in many ways it is starting to take shape. But Francis, the offense is still a concern. It's still scaring the shit out of me. Let's start with game one, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Louis Hill.
Yes.
Looked phenomenal.
Yes.
Question for you on that. Depending on what happens the rest of the way. Starter in the postseason?
Oh man, right out the gate, man. Tough question. I gotta be honest with you. You put out a tweet the other day about how good the rotation looks right now. Not just in terms of how people are pitching, but just how good on paper with the names that we have and what they're capable of doing, how good it looks. And I commented in saying that also bodes really well for the pen. And the reason that I say that is because, in the postseason, you only go about 3 or 4 starters, right?
Correct.
Cole is starting. Rodon is starting. Even though he may not be like the best pitcher on paper or stats wise this season, I feel like Stroman is also a lock. That's 3 already.
Yeah.
How do you not give Clark Schmidt that other spot if he's going to look like he looked yesterday? Which means Heel doesn't have a spot, which means Nestor doesn't have a spot. And we already saw what Nestor looks like coming out of the pen. So maybe they're trying something with him. But I also think that it wouldn't shock me if they started trying some things with Heel here in the final stretch to get him ready to come out of the pen in October.
I could see that too. And it's funny, right? Because if you're going based off who may give you the best potential to win in the postseason, I would say your 4 starters, in my opinion, will be Cole, Rodon, Clark, and Louis Hill.
That's what I think.
And not even Marcus Stroman, but I think we all kind of feel like Marcus Stroman is probably going to be in that final 4 or whatever that is, because it's either you carry him or you don't carry him, to be honest, because what would be the point of Marcus Stroman What is he going to come out the bullpen? No.
Exactly.
Marcus Stroman is a starter. If you're going to utilize him as a starter, if you're not going to utilize him as a starter, then he shouldn't even make the postseason roster, which would be absolutely bananas in my opinion if that ever happened. But another thing we got to see, because you're right, we saw Hill look good. We saw Clark Schmidt look good. We saw Garrett Cole looking like Garrett Cole, which is all good news.
Yeah.
But we also saw Nestor Cortez come out of the bullpen and go 4 innings of no-hit baseball.
Yeah.
And mind you, I don't know, there's a lot of people that had issues with Nestor Cortez comments after it. And I understand both sides of it. Hell, even our chat of NYU team, there was a lot of back and forth in the whole Nestor thing. I slept through it, thank God. To be honest with you, I woke up and the argument was already done. I'm like, thank God I slept through this.
Yeah.
But there was Nestor the media basically asked him. They kind of were direct with his answer. And he basically came out, I was like, look, it's not what I want to do. I want to start. I feel like I was given the opening days to start as an opening night. And he basically said, not saying that I'm the number 1 pitcher on the team. I'm not saying that. But I was given that opportunity. I adjusted my schedule to go ahead and do that. Came out the bullpen. I did what they wanted again. Kind of messed up my routine, but I did what they wanted me to do. And he's basically saying, I don't like it. I want to start, but I'll also do whatever my team wants me to do. Nestor didn't say, I'm not doing this going forward. He didn't say I'm unhappy. Understandable. Some people just want to hear him say, good, I did what I got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do to win. See you later. Understand that. I personally didn't have a major problem with what Nestor Cortez said.
Yeah. To be honest with you, bro, like I saw the comments. I quote tweeted it with a little joke. I was like, Nestor speaks. And I was like, sigh. Like
at least it wasn't a tweet.
Right? I was like, exactly. I was like, he's talking again. But guys, look, to be honest with you, here's I'll tell you guys my take. When I hear comments like this, I'm always like, my immediate reaction was always like, yeah, I wish you didn't like say anything that like kind of negatively, like kind of reflects you in a negative, like poorly on you. I don't like when players do that to themselves. Because I feel like we all know that Nestor is a team guy.
Yeah.
And I've never gotten the vibe from Nestor or watching him be on the team that he's not a team guy. And there's his comments say it, they speak for themselves, which is almost why I was upset that he even said it, because it's like when you give yourself the praise before somebody else can do it. Because we all were, grateful that, when Cole went down and they had to, throw the rotation off and everything, that the Yankees didn't have to do it to Clark Schmidt, that they didn't have to do it to Luis Hill, that they didn't do it to a Rodon who was coming off a very shaky season, that Nestor was the one who was able to step in and say, yeah, I'll throw off my thing and I'll do it. Because, I mean, he was a huge part in how we started the way we started. And yeah, he gave up 3 runs in that first inning. I get it. But it ended up being a good enough start for him. And then he had a couple good enough starts. And yeah, he kind of set the tone, believe it or not. I mean, it is just one game. It's opening day, but he did kind of set the tone for a long time as that number 1 starter in the rotation. Yeah, he wasn't the ace, and he said that himself by his own admission. He's not the ace, but he was setting the tone. A lot of times he was keeping us in games. And the thing with Nestor is, no, does it always look pretty? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But I mean, none of us can say that he hasn't gotten the job done this season. I think he has. He's given us what we've expected of him.
Yeah.
It's just that, like you said, like when you hear comments like that, a lot of people are just gonna be like, come on.
Just shut up. That's usually the response, bro. Just shut up.
Don't say that. And it's like, I get it. Like I get both sides of it. I thought what Kev was saying, was actually pretty fair when you think about it, that it's like, look, we get upset when players don't say the truth. We get upset because Boone talks out of his ass instead of saying what's really going on.
Correct.
And then you get somebody like Nestor who says a little bit too much, and you're like, all right, buddy, pull it back. And I get it. I agree with him. That's a fair point. But if we're calling a spade, you know how we are. We're fans. We're always going to find something. And I think with the Nestor comments is that people just kind of want like a happy medium. Like, no, don't feed us bullshit, but also don't sound like a disgruntled employee. Like, could you find like the balance in the middle?
Right.
And I guess it's just tone. It's just tone because for all you know, he was just tired. Because when I heard the comments, it just sounded to me like, okay, this guy just finished pitching and everything. Like maybe he's just tired and exhausted, and that's why it sounds like that. Maybe if they would have asked him this a couple days later, he wouldn't have sounded so down about it. He might have just been like, yeah, I want to start, but like I'll do whatever the team wants me to do. If he sounded more upbeat, people wouldn't have been as mad. But again, it was after a game, and I don't know if you realize it, but we're always judging these players off of comments that they make immediately after,
like in the moment type stuff. Yeah, which is no, it's definitely not. And we got a couple of super chats here. Rich Squire says, unfortunately, our offense looks like they're in past playoff form and they need to get their shit together. Time is running out. We lost out today to widen the lead. Very, very true. Rod Thompson says, 2 things that rub me the wrong way besides a Green Grove happy ending. Nestor's response and 600 at-bats from Volpe. Volpe leaves a lot to be desired besides his glove. See y'all soon. Francis, hit me up.
Oh, yeah, I got to hit you, Rod.
Let me go ahead and move this up. Okay. Just to touch on a couple of those things real quick. We do have breaking news right here as Duke Ellis has been sent to AAA, and that is more than likely because John Bertie is being called up, who has been playing left field. So, you probably got some people sitting there going, you know what? Why don't you call Dominguez up to play left field and let John Bertie get some reps at shortstop? Because Anthony Volpe right now looks like a bit of a friggin' mess, to be quite honest. But, we can make this. A lot of this show is about the offense, and I want to get to that, but I want to stick on the pitching for a little bit longer before we talk about this offense.
Gotcha.
The other thing that happened since we talked last is Clay Holmes has kind of been taken out of the closing role for the Yankees. Yeah. They want to become more creative instead of just simply saying, we're going to mix things up there. We're going to be a little creative. Instead of just telling the truth of what happened, the guy hasn't been good as the closer, and they want to make a change.
Exactly.
Luke Weaver has been the first guy out the gate to try to get a save opportunity. He accomplished that. Did put some guys on base. Kind of got me a little worried there towards the end, but got the job done.
But
I don't know what the Yankees do there, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, did you see how people tried to compare Weaver?
Yeah, of course.
To the Clay Holmes.
Of course, not everybody's going to be Mariano Rivera. It's not going to be somebody that comes in and is lights out all the time. I was hearing somebody talk recently. Matter of fact, I think it was actually Dylan Betances. To be honest, he was. I think it might have been on maybe a show. I think might have been whose podcast is it? Ryan Howard's one, the one that Ryan Howard does.
Oh, okay.
I think he was on that podcast here recently. He was talking about how the only guy that is similar, in his opinion, to Mo is Emmanuel Clase. That's the only person he seems that's similar to Mo is Clase. So you don't find guys like that too often. At the end of the day, when it comes to the Yankees right now, I've been saying this since June. I think closer by committee is the best option. Now, is Aaron Boone bright enough to handle that the way Bruce Bochy did in October last year? I don't know, but we're going to find out. We're going to see what happens. What do you think about how they're going about business now?
I'll be honest with you. I was ecstatic to get the news that they were going to be creative because I read between the lines and I know that means that Clay Holmes is no longer the default closer. What can I say, P? I feel like with the Yanks, bro, it's like, it's funny. At this point, it's just comical because it's like, I feel like we call for these changes and say what needs to be done so far in advance that we literally look like lunatics to some of these people out there.
Right.
How could you? And then all these months later, it happens and everybody acts like they don't remember, they don't whatever. They just jump on the bandwagon quietly. But it's like, I love that this continues to happen because we've done it like several freaking times now.
Facts.
Clay Holmes is just the most
times.
recent case of it. All right. And it's not even to take a victory lap. It's not about
it's not.
Because this is my team. I want my team to win at the end of the day. But it's like, bro, even when they do this, it does make me think like, damn, bro, it really took y'all this long to see this shit? Like, how is it possible? I mean, you get paid millions of dollars to do this job. It took you that long. Like, I'm not getting paid millions to see. And I saw it months ago.
Yeah,
He's
no
just
doubt.
not
I
the,
mean,
he's not the guy
bro, there's some moves that are legitimately obvious to everybody
in
but
your
the
face.
Yankees.
Yeah.
And I'm patting everybody on the back across the board here because stuff like Josh Donaldson, you're crazy if you don't think Josh Donaldson's going to bounce back.
Literally.
I remember I made a video the same day. I said, label me crazy.
Exactly.
Label me crazy. As crazy as you want, Booney.
said that I'm
Here's your
insane.
guy. I'll be the first one going to an insane asylum because I don't think it's happening. That's how crazy I am. So the Yankees tend to do this often. And I think this is why you got so many fans that are ripping their friggin' hair out their head about this club because none of it makes sense. There's some things they do that just does not make sense. And look, moving Clay Holmes makes sense. I think we all agree. I don't think anybody's sitting here going Holmes needs to stick with the guy. I think at the end of the day for the Yankees, it's situational. And I really think that's the way they should go about it. We'll see if they do. Cousins look good today. Clay Holmes look good today.
Yeah.
So, they're going to have more options. What is Nestor Cortez guaranteed to come out of the bullpen? Like you said, is Louis Hill going to be a guy coming out of the bullpen? Because for me, if the Yankees do decide that Stroman is going to be in that rotation, along with Clark, along with Rodon and Garrett Cole, if he's going to be that guy, then wouldn't you believe maybe 2 weeks before the postseason, the Yankees start to utilize Louis Hill out that pen and go, hey, look, you've done your job as a starter. You've reached more innings than we expected. You feel healthy.
Mhm.
We feel the best thing you could do is rear back on 2 pitches and blow people away in the postseason.
Yeah.
That's no doubt about it. The best way you can help us right now. You're a starter going forward. Don't worry about it. But let's get you in that pen. You would think they'd have to utilize that for at least a couple of games before he does it in the postseason.
I think if you're smart, if
Well,
you're
there you go.
smart, you want to get this. You want to get you want to start seeing that by the 20s, the September 20s, which means that this week and next week would essentially be the last 2 starts for him as a starter.
Yeah.
And then you would kind of want to start seeing what that transition looks like. And
How
the
he
reason I say
recovers.
this, it would give you 2-3 weeks because yeah, he's young. Like, and yes, he when he's healthy, his body should bounce back well and all that stuff or whatever. But it is a different ball game. And believe it or not, it's not just, oh, well, you're a pitcher, so go out there and pitch. It doesn't work like that because relievers pitch on back-to-back days sometimes, especially in the playoffs, especially in situations where they've been effective. You can go in back-to-back days. Starters aren't used to that. Is that something he's going to be able to do? I'm not for the argument that I've seen, a little bit on the timeline of, oh, well, just convert him and make him the closer. I don't think the Yankees are in a spot right now where they have a clear-cut guy that they're like, oh, we can just make him. Yeah, no. I think
no matter what, it's about every option that's available.
I think just go committee, go with the hot hand, go with matchups. Like just look at who's coming up, look at who you're facing, and do it that way. I don't think anybody at this stage in the season, I don't think anybody needs to be given the title of closer.
Yeah.
I think we need to build the best possible bullpen that we can.
Yep.
Starting now. Like if this is going to be a role that they plan on using Nestor in the postseason, I hope that we get to see it a few more times before the end of the season.
Agreed.
Because if it's really something you're going to try, like, let's do it. Let's not do the whole Davy Garcia J Happ thing where it's
please,
you know
please, no,
like,
no.
They never tried it in
No.
the regular season. It was never a thing, and then all of a sudden, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna throw the Rays off, and it's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, you don't
No,
want to. And the Yankees aren't a good team to do shit like that. Like we don't trust you, and I mean we don't trust the Yankees for stuff like that. So.
And to Nestor's credit, right? Because it's true. To Nestor's credit, even with the comments he made about coming out of relief and stuff like that or whatever, I still like the way he reacted to it much better than J Happ did. And I if you asked me a couple years ago, would I ever be saying something like that about Nestor versus a guy like J Happ? I would have told you were crazy because J Happ is a stand-up dude. He was a great guy in his career. He's a good team guy. Every team he played with, most guys loved him. But that was the only blemish I think I ever saw with him was I didn't like the way he responded, and I was on his side. I thought that shit
Yeah.
was stupid.
It was dumb as
I
shit.
mean,
We all know that.
it was the dumbest thing they could have done. I was completely on his side, but just the way that he responded, it's like, dude, it was dumb, it was whatever, but it was the playoffs, and you should have competed not for the front office, not for the but for the guys out there with you. And
True.
it didn't seem like he bought in enough to do that. Whereas Nestor, like, did seem like, yeah, he didn't like it, but he was gonna do it for the guys anyway.
Yeah, and he said that basically. I mean, he was basically like, yeah, I'm gonna do whatever role I'm told to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. So
Credit to him for that. And bro, I really hope they try a couple more times if they're gonna plan on doing that.
yeah, because if you look at it right now, he is your best lefty. It's not even close. I
But
mean,
again,
I think if you ask
that,
oh, for a long time. I think if you ask anybody out there, that people that aren't even fans of Nesta, they'll say, well, I would trust him more than anybody else as a lefty that can come out the bullpen and get a tough lefty out. I think he is obviously the guy that you go to in that type of situation. So as it stands right now, I am feeling pretty good about the Yankees rotation. Seeing Clark look the way he did.
Yeah.
Seeing Luis Hill look the way, seeing how Cole has low, Rodon's last outing. Marcus Stroman had a tough outings last time out, but you kind of don't know what you're gonna get. I still feel like Rodon's, I don't know what I'm gonna get either. Every now and then you'll get a great one, and then the next day you can say, oh shit, buckle up. Who knows what's gonna happen? Yeah. But I'm feeling much more confident about the pitching of the Yankees than I am about their hitting. And before we get into the hitting, Connor O'Neill with a super chat says, Pete, check your DM. Let's give away a ticket tonight. So Connor O'Neill wants to buy a ticket. Now, here's the thing, folks, if you're still in here. We got 2 people that I heard them say they want to go. I'm going to leave it up to the community. We got Corinne, whatever this person's name is. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And Megan said the same thing. That's 2 people. Really quickly, I'm taking a little break in our show here to try to get this out there for you guys. Is there 2 other people, 1 other person who can go and wants to go? So please, I'm going to put a poll, but I would like to see if there's more options. Is it just those 2 or is it more? If there's more, let us know really quickly and we'll do a poll. But please answer as quick as you can because I don't want to hold the show up here. Kev Boogie says she sounds hot. What the
I'm sorry. How does he know what she sounds like? Boogie. Like, did Meg leave a voicemail? I don't know that I've ever heard a Megan voicemail. Megan,
no, she hasn't.
And Megan, no disrespect. I mean, for all I know, you could be a smoke show. I'm just saying, for him to say she sounds hot, how do we know? Guys, he is beside himself right now.
I don't even know what, bro. I have no idea how to even respond to that. I'm not even joking. I don't know how do you even respond to this at all. So do we just have the 2 names and that's it? Yo, if that's the 2,
you buying her a drink apparently now.
I don't know. I don't know if are these the 2 names? Is that it? I'm trying to see here.
That's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing any other names. Let's see. Corinne and Meg.
All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and start the poll.
All right.
He can't go? Connor. Oh, Corinne can't go. So I guess Megan is the
default.
Megan the winner? All right. Well, Corinne can't go. So I guess that's basically it. We got Rich Squires says, Pete, I have 2 tickets that I'm willing to donate as well. Oh my God.
It's going crazy.
Rich Squires, do me a favor, brother. Email me, nyunderground@yahoo.com. nyunderground@yahoo.com. Old Sarge says, a smoke show for Francis. Where's the pens?
You bet your ass they do.
Damn. Well, I mean, I don't think we have to do a poll. I guess, Megan, if you want to go, I guess Connor's getting you a ticket.
Megan by default. I haven't seen Megan write in the chat in a little while. She's still here.
Megan has left. So, Connor, I don't know if anybody's going because if Megan doesn't answer as we continue, she ain't going either. Exactly. So I don't think I don't think Megan is going either. So Connor, you might be saving some Kev, Megan, where you at, girl?
Where you at, girl? And the chat has now resorted to referring to her as the smoke show. This is
Watch she looks like what's the thing's name? What's the person online, the TikTok thing? Gertrude? Gertrude,
yeah, damn.
Is it Gertrude?
No, I'm thinking of we might be thinking the same thing, but I'm thinking of this.
What's the name? No, what's the name? I got it. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking rip my eyes
It's
out.
driving
I
me
can't
crazy
remember
because
this.
I can't remember the one that I'm talking about too. And she's always on these TikToks.
Yes, chat. Somebody help me. What do they call it? The Destroyer or some shit like that?
Yeah, it is some shit. Oh,
the Destroyer, something like that. It's the same girl.
The exact same chick.
I think it's a dude, actually, to be honest. I don't know. I think it's actually a dude. I don't know. Gertrude the Destroyer or some shit. Or something like that, or whatever the hell it is. But yeah, I don't see Megan. She just bounced. Gorlock the Destroyer.
Gorlock the Destroyer. That's it.
Gorlock.
That's it. Yo, imagine.
I'm Gorlock the Destroyer. Come to me, Kev.
Kev's gonna say, "Yo, where's Megan at?"
Here.
You're gonna hear Kevin sounding like Michael Jackson. Hee hee.
No, Kev just gonna say he not Kev. He gonna be like, nah, baby, my name is Rod Thompson. Talking about
Shit. She's gonna say,
he's gonna point to Rod. He's gonna be like, that's Kev.
She's gonna say, Rod's the tall piece of chocolate. You the one I'm looking for.
"Oh man, well, I don't know if anybody's winning the ticket because this other chick has just ran away. So I don't know what the hell's going on over here, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do?" Let's keep it going here. Yankees offense. The Yankees getting a little help, as we know, because what's his face?
John Birdie.
So John Bertie is getting called back up. He's been playing some left field. So is what they're gonna do? Are they just gonna really bypass Jason and go, that's gonna be our new platoon?
My brother, if this is really what's about to happen, like if they're really,
I think it is. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense.
If they're gonna really call John Bertie up to play left field over Jason Dominguez, I mean, Twitter is gonna be the most toxic place.
Rightfully so, by the way.
You wouldn't have seen levels of toxicity, this poison, since like Chernobyl. If that's really what they're gonna do, it's gonna be a war zone that even Francis Lee might have to step away from for about a week or something, because it's gonna be nuts. And I want Dominguez up here as much as the next person. So, and I'm with them if Yankees Twitter goes crazy, but it's like it would just be a smack in the face, Pete. It's just a smack in the face.
We're sitting here talking like this. How do you think Dominguez feels? I mean, the GM of the club came out and was like, "You don't give us the best chance to win. This guy does."
He said, "You don't add enough value."
Basically, yes.
Dominguez,
he should have just did the Mark DeRosa and just came out and said the same damn thing.
Bro, you know what? You bring up a good point, though, because, I didn't, as much as I've been thinking about it, like in regards to how bad I want to win and how bad I think that, Dominguez is the guy that gives us the best chance to win. I haven't got to the point of thinking, what does this do to the player mentally? And I would like to believe that Dominguez is mentally tough and emotionally strong and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter how mentally tough you are and how strong you are. At some point, something like this is going to get to you, especially when you look the way Dominguez does over these last couple of weeks. And you got to feel like, well, no, not feel like. We know that Dominguez felt or believed that he was going to be on the major league team this year.
Right.
Like, he had every plan to be on the major league team this year. Like, when he got hurt last year, it was never, he's going to come back, and work his way back through the, like, it was like, it was almost like assumed, like, yeah, he's going to rehab to come back to the major league squad.
Of course.
We got Verdugo. That's not what happened initially. He got hurt again. Okay. But I'm sure at this point, he's like, I mean, damn, are they not going to give me any run at the major league? Like, that's it? Like, and then what excuse do they have at this point? because now it's come out that it's not for the draft pick.
No.
They can't get the draft pick because they did the people were doing the research and they found out no, they can't get the draft pick because he was on the IL as a major leaguer.
Yeah.
So what other excuse is Cashman gonna feed to us? There's nothing else you could tell us. We're gonna know the jig is up. You did this shit to manipulate an extra year out of this guy. Like, you're not the New York Yankees.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been saying this for a while. I can't imagine what it could do to a player like Dominguez. You're basically being told by the GM of the club that a guy that's hitting 230 is a better option than you, and he gives them a better chance to win. So you don't help this club. You coming up doesn't help this team. I tell you, man, I don't know if Cashman didn't think about what he said, but if that was something that you all decided, why would you go to the media and say that? Why would you come flat out and say it was decided that Verdugo gives us a better chance to win? Bro, I mean, I hear that. It almost makes me cringe. I almost look at that and go, wow. Like, you got fucking balls on you to just come out and openly say that easily about your top prospect. Mind you, I can't help but compare. I can't help but to look around and go, what was different with Anthony Volpe? Why does he get the suck up here? Oh, he plays defense good. But that's not why he made it here. He made it here as a bat. He made it here because of his bat. What happened to his bat? Answer that question, would you? And why does this kid not get the golden ticket? Why is he stuck in the minors when everybody in the fan base knows he's won? I believe he got more talent than Verdugo. No knock on Dundookie. He's a better player than Verdugo, in my opinion. He fits the lineup better than Verdugo does. He has more tools than Verdugo does. And two, the biggest one, he's your future. Doogie's not.
Thank you.
I don't get it.
What's the point of this loyalty that the Yankees have to players who are not a part of the future of this club? I mean, I don't understand why we have to beg them. Why we have to beg them to empower their youth. The only reason you can even entertain throwing the amount of money that it's going to cost to retain Juan Soto is because of Jason Dominguez.
That's right. That's right.
It's not Golden Boy Volpe.
No, not at all.
You
Austin
thought it was
Wells
going
has
to be.
surpassed Volpe. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they thought it was going to be Volpe. It's not. It's not. Guess what? His Gold Glove. We don't care about the Gold Glove, bro. I'm sorry. And you know what? It's gonna sound so bad. Oh, but if he was horrible defensively, you would care. Yes, unfortunately, that's the name of the fucking game. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Okay, that's just how it is. You can be good defensively, and it's like, yeah, that's cool. It's an added bonus. Nice, cool story, bro. We don't care as much. If you're bad defensively, yes, we care a lot more. But when you sold us on this kid's bat,
thank you. They lied to us.
And now you're telling us, well, he's a Gold Glover. Shut up. We don't care. We didn't ask for a Gold Glover.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the fact of the matter is, what do, Francis? They don't sit there and go, correct. The bat has not got to where we expect. They don't even say that.
No.
They go, Gold Glover. And everybody
Exactly.
looks around and goes, so hold on a second. You mean to tell me in spring training, when it was him, IKF, and Peraza fighting for that position, you based that off of defense, or did you base that off of who had the better spring? When Baseball America and other outlets ranked him as a top 6, top 5 prospect, whatever it was, were they looking at the AA numbers, or were they actually just looking at his defense? Oh, yeah, he was a top prospect because he could hit.
Exactly.
He's gotten to the majors, and he's been one of the worst offensive shortstops in the American League. That is fact. That is not, I'm making an assumption. That's not me going, well, this or that, or this. No. Defense, cute. Take it. If that's what you want to sell us on, then I'm sorry. I got to raise my hand again and say, why is Jason Dominguez not getting the same treatment? Why does Jason Dominguez is tearing, a home run the other day, 110 miles an hour, base hit 104. These are things that people nowadays, I'm trying to play their game in the analytic world, look at. They drool over. They go, oh my God, and he's fast. Holy shit, this guy got everything.
Bro.
Why is he not here? Like, I would like them to just, And I know they don't have to answer to the fans. They don't have to.
No.
That's okay. But can you guys give us something a little bit better than we got a better chance to win with Verdugo?
They don't even believe that shit. At the end
They
of the day,
can't.
they don't even believe that shit. And that's what gets us upset, because it's like, you told us the same thing about Clay, and now Clay's not the closer anymore. You kept telling us over and over, well, he gives us the best chance to win. He gives us the best chance to win. He's the best guy he's the best guy that we have. He's the best that we have. He's the best person for that spot. Yeah, really? So then how come you just took him out of the closer role with no other option?
Yeah.
Because he was never the best guy that you had for that spot. And
Francis, never.
They just lie.
Never.
And they know it. And it's the same thing with Doogie right now. And it's like, bro, I don't hate Alex Verdugo. All right. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Alex Verdugo. I love his personality. I love his attitude. Guess what? He's having a bad freaking year. I think he said it himself. He knows. Good year.
I say that all the time. The player knows as much as we do.
Come on. Like,
trust me. Clay Holmes, when he got taken out of the closer, he's not going to sit there and go, hey, look, the way I was pitching. He'll sit there and go, I haven't been good.
Yeah.
I get it. Now, do I want the closer role? Yeah. I'm going to work back towards it. But I haven't been good. Let's be honest here. There's no way Alex Verdugo looks at his year and go, this is what I was imagining I'm going to look like in September with the Yankees.
Yeah.
This is what I thought was going to, going into free agency. This is what I thought it was going to finish. I mean, it's insane. We heard stories about Gleyber Torres. Jordan said it on the interview. When he talks to Gleyber, he's very down. He's very upset with the way his year has gone, but he's trying. He wants to get better. He's trying to reach a certain goal for himself.
Yeah.
Ever since he got benched, Gleyber's been a lot better. But, I mean...
And out of the leadoff spot, too. He's been
out of the leadoff spot. Yeah. The idea that they're trying to sell on the reason why Dominguez isn't here is crazy. And I'm going to add one more thing in here. I'm getting ahead of myself, and I don't want to. But I can't imagine, God forbid, and I even hate talking about this because I don't want to talk playoffs yet because it's coming here. It could be a wild card game. It could be an ALDS. I don't know, but the Yankees are going to be there. And I don't want to put this stuff in the air. I don't want the conversation to be what could have been if Dominguez played. I don't want that to be the conversation. If, God forbid, Verdugo struggles bad as a big double play that he just doesn't beat out, but Dominguez would have. And it's going to be the conversation. And we all know it because that's the Yankees. They do this every year. And I don't want to get into it. I hope to God the Yankees go on and they win the World Series, and Verdugo's one of the reasons. I really do. But can't you all just see it?
And to piggyback off of that point, bro, if the Yankees went and won the World Series and Verdugo was like one of the main cogs in the machine or whatever, I'd be the first person coming on here after, or probably while we're celebrating the shit, live streaming for all of you guys, saying, hey, guess what? Hey, thank God they didn't get rid of Doogie.
Yeah.
They didn't listen to me. I would be the first one saying it. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. I want you to get real close to the receiver end of this. I want you to hear what I'm saying here. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. And the same way I know it, the same way Pete knows it, the same way our whole team knows it, the Yankees know it. They know it. They know. Why they continue to lie to our faces, that's the part that I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones who can possibly believe the shit that they're spewing out to us.
Correct.
There's no way that everybody else in the league is looking at this situation right now and saying, I mean, imagine having Jason Dominguez in the minors and continuing to start Alex Verdugo.
Francis, everybody, you're seeing articles from Fox. Every outlet out there is going, they're not putting their best team on the field. Everybody out there
their own
saying
beat
it.
writers have said it.
Correct, and they don't say
Coach
much.
said it. I mean, Kirshner said it. Everybody's saying it.
Yeah, everybody. Got a couple of super chats here. Our good friend Connor O'Neill says, I think Hal should play the Mark DeRosa clip for Cashman and Boone. Yeah, I certainly agree with that 100%. Beavis Lee Ray. The Gold Glove couldn't get us a hit to win today. There you go. That's Yeah, you're definitely right about that. That could not get us a hit to win today, but I don't know, man. Again, like I said, I don't want that to be a topic of conversation, but you just feel in many ways that it's going to end up being a topic of conversation because this is what the Yankees do. And I've seen some people in the chat already saying, "Hey, are you guys concerned about Judge and Soto?" I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. No, I'm not. Does it suck that both of those guys right now are kind of slumping together? Yeah, but what if they got hot in a week and it leads right into the postseason and they're swinging the bat the way you want them to swing the bat? And I'm sorry, but I'm never going to be concerned about Judge and Soto. I'm just not. I'm not going to be concerned about either one of these guys. I won't bring myself to it.
I mean, we went through a stretch like this earlier in the year, so
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up too, because I saw a couple things. I mean, it's always kind of shocking and jarring when you see people, saying shit about Judge with the year that he's having and everything that he's done, and Soto as well. I feel like these are two guys that, I mean, look, quiet as is kept. If they, just played like this throughout the rest of the regular season, they'd still have two of the best seasons in all of baseball. That's how good they've been all year. Like, so no, I'm not worried about them. And if they're gonna have a downturn, I'd rather it be here at the beginning of September than the beginning of October. So I'll take it. We're gonna if we're gonna win games in October, guys. I don't know if people realize this, but if we're gonna do anything in October and make any sort of noise in October, guess what? We're gonna need somebody other than Judge and Soto.
That's right. That's right.
The teams that are smart are not gonna let Judge and Soto beat them in October.
Bingo.
Okay? If we play Baltimore, they're not letting Judge and Soto beat them. If we play Houston, they're not gonna let Judge or Soto beat them.
You play Kansas City in the wild card.
Yeah,
God forbid.
they're not gonna let Judge or Soto beat. It's gonna have to be somebody else. Somebody else is going to have to step up.
Yep.
Especially if it's a close game late in the game. You think they're pitching the Judge at a close game late in the game? You think they're gonna give Soto anything to hit?
No way. No way.
I mean, it's
No
called
way.
a spade here, guys. They're not.
You'd be a moron. Let's be honest. You'd be an idiot. You'd be an idiot
look,
if you don't
I
let
love-
Wells or
Yeah.
Stanton or somebody else beat you. You'd be a moron.
I love Wells. I love
too.
Wells. I love his numbers out of the cleanup spot.
Me too.
I see what he's done and I get it. But if I'm another team, I'm 1,000% taking my chances with Austin Wells versus Judge and Soto.
Of course.
1,000%.
Of
So
course,
it's gonna have to be other people, guys. So I'm not. It's not to excuse them, but it's just to say, like, look, they should be able to go through their slumps, and we still find ways to win games, and we just did. We won a series with them both slumping. So
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. It's crazy right now because I so desperately wanted to get a sweep. I felt like the Yankees need a sweep at some point.
Yes.
I feel like they need one because there's got to be somewhat of an extended win streak here, not a 2-game a loss. You want to go on a 4-5 game winning streak over these next couple of whatever was left, 20 games or whatever the hell it is. But Baltimore's not playing great baseball, but the Yankees are about to embark on a tough 7 games. Kansas City is no joke.
Nope.
They're no joke. They're not a team to look at and go, why that Kansas City? Don't make that mistake. Losing Vinny Pasquantino sucks for them, but let me tell you something. Sal Perez beats the shit out the Yankees, and Bobby Witt is Bobby Witt.
he's a monster.
He's Bobby Witt.
He's a
And you
monster.
got a team that could pitch. If the Yankees struggle hitting Jameson Taillon and the Assad and the guys they face this series, it doesn't get much easier against, I think Brady Singer pitches tomorrow.
Well,
Got about a 3.20 something ERA last time I checked.
yeah.
What I need to say here is that they got good pitching and they got a really good bullpen. You might want to get the offense right at some point, and it shocks me even more so when I talk like this that Jason Dominguez is chilling in the minor leagues. I don't get it. I don't get it. And on top of that, Kansas City could run with the best of them.
Huh. We're about to see. I mean, depending, who gets the majority of the starts in the series, we're definitely going to see them run. That's for sure.
Yep.
No, and you bring up a good point there too with Dom, because when you're facing a team, with that pitches, this way, yeah, you want to hit it like Dominguez, who's fresh off of seeing a bunch of guys pitch like this. But no, the Yankees don't think he gives them the best chance to win. Here's what I think too. I mean, not to look past the Kansas City series coming up here, but yeah, they could use a sweep. It'd be, what would do wonders for them would be if they, showed up and beat the shit out of Boston this coming weekend.
Yeah. And
It's a
Boston, Boston always plays us tough.
Exactly.
Always plays us
Boston
tough.
always plays us tough. It's a rivalry. It's here in the Bronx. That shit will go a long way, I think, for the clubhouse, for the morale of the team. Like, yeah, man, like, and yeah, Boston might not be having the season that they want or whatever like that, but it's like, bro, they play us ridiculously tough every single time they match up against us. So to sweep them is no easy feat. Like if you go out there and if you ever were able to sweep Boston, I think that goes a long way. Now you got, like you said, man, it's gonna be a tough next 7 games for sure. But I mean, if they can find a way to come out of this with, at the very least 4-3.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you'd probably take 4-3 to be honest.
At this point, we have to. I mean, I would love to say I want them to be. I'd love to say 5-2. Let's go. Let's do it. You got with the Yankees. Let's do. But it's like the way
5-2 would be gigantic. I mean, if you leave 5-2, holy shit. I mean,
right?
Yeah, you'd be happy as a pig in shit, to be honest. If you're able to do
it. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm going
no doubt.
They've been playing. How they
so
of late.
I don't know what the we don't have. I don't believe yet. They don't have the Red Sox series yet, but the matchups for this series and all of these games are 7:05 start times. We'll have Game Season live on each and every one of these. By the way, guys, on September 11th, I told you guys about this already. We're gonna have a special day. We're trying to kickstart the Captain William Harry Thompson Foundation. That is Ra's father, who passed away in 9/11. Ra and Mike Thompson, their father's foundation is now set up. And we're going to have a GoFundMe starting on midday on Tuesday, going all the way until September 11th. Ra and Mike are probably going to join me in the afternoon for Game Season Live for a little bit, as they got something to do in the morning that is around their father's heroic acts, which unfortunately took his life in those acts. But it's a great day that we get to remember a great member of our community. And we're going to do that entire day. I'm going to help the Thompsons. I'm also helping them on their website right now for the foundation. But I brought it up to them. I said, how about we do that on the day of? Because it makes the most sense. That is the best day to kickstart the foundation for them. So again, I'm asking the community, forget Super Chats that day. Forget Super Chats. Go right to the link that we're going to have. Let's give all of that to Ra Thompson, Mike Thompson, and the foundation, remembering his father. That is going to be I'm going to have it out midday on the 10th. It's going to go all day on the 11th. But looking at the series right now, you got Brady Singer versus Carlos Rodon. Singer has a 3.35 ERA. He's 9-10 on the year. Seth Lugo, who's one of the best free agent signings in baseball, versus Marcus Stroman. Seth Lugo is 15-8 with a 3.05 ERA.
Yeah.
And then Cole Ragans versus Louis Hill. Cole Ragans is 11-9 with a 3.33 ERA. So this is a team that seems like they could pitch. And one of those starters is a lefty. We know we struggle against that. But this is going to be a tough series, so to say. It's going to be a tough series that the New York Yankees have in front of them. And Kansas City is no laughing matter. This is a good team. And we'll see how the Yankees play them. I believe they just swept the Twins. So I think this is a real test, these next 7 games for the New York Yankees. We'll see how it goes.
Believe it or not, when thus far this season, when the Yankees have been faced with pitching like this, right-handed style, they've fared decently.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's like the teams, the people they normally struggle with are the teams that are under 500 and who are rolling out guys with 5 and 6 ERAs. Those are the ones that shut us out. Those are the ones you just can't seem to figure out. But then you bring in a guy with a 3 ERA who's had some success on the year and they figure it out somehow. So who knows? Like, as crazy as it sounds, this could be the series that wakes them up, actually.
Could be.
Oh, shit, this is a good team, whatever. They got some good pitchers coming in. Let's lock in. Maybe Judge wakes up tomorrow. Maybe Soto wakes up tomorrow. Unfortunately, I have PTSD.
Right.
Seeing a lefty starting pitcher as an opposing pitcher now, just because that means that we're gonna see a circus lineup, and I can't tell you how over that shit I am, but
Yeah.
who knows? I mean, John Birdie's coming up, so maybe he's the platoon guy.
Yeah.
The thing, I mean, it's just funny that you would have a platoon right-handed and left-handed for left field. It's almost as if you don't have a switch hitting superstar prospect that plays left field. But I'm just gonna leave that. Yeah.
I tell you. With that being said, guys, that's gonna wrap up today's designated spitters. But look, man, here's another thing, guys. In a couple of days now, you're gonna hear me say it a shit ton. This week, Saturday is right around the friggin' corner, folks. Make sure you guys are there for that. Like I said, if you're in the area of New York, if you can get to New York on Saturday, get yourself a ticket, man. You do not want to miss the rare occasions. This is not something we do every single day. It's not something we do once a month. This is typically the most we'll do. This is twice a year, if twice a year. We're very close to only doing this one time this year. So again, guys, get your tickets if you can. The link is right there in the chat. We're gonna likely be doing a few more giveaways, as I just got an email to Rich said it in the chat. Rich Squire is not able to go. He got 2 tickets there. I'm trying to get him to transfer those over to me so we could do the giveaway or something along those lines for you guys. But yeah, man. With that being said, Francis, you want to take us out?
Man, listen, I'm super excited for this weekend. Can't wait to see all of you guys. If you haven't gotten a ticket and you're in the chat and you're listening to us right now, go and purchase that ticket.
Facts.
Or maybe hopefully you get one of the giveaways, man. But like I said, I can't wait to see all you guys. NYYU Day, the sequel, man. I'm super stoked, man. I hope we win. I hope we have a ball. I hope we, come up with the best freaking chant for Soto. And I hope it goes viral because nobody does it like the U. So keep it locked. Stay tuned because the next episode will, in fact, be the best episode.
I might get a ticket for Anthony Santos and just. Right field all game. And that's it. And that's it. Just sing it the whole game nonstop. Don't stop singing it, damn it. And that's it. But
so we got a ticket for Anthony Santos.
Anthony Santos, that's all right, man. I ain't flying him in though, unless maybe he's in New York or something. I don't know.
Never know.
Yeah, JXV catches us before we leave. Laugh out loud. John Bertsy being called up, not Dominguez. Nope, not at all. But guys, you already know we will never come whack on a designated spitters track. Until next time, we out of here, baby. Peace out, guys. Talk to you next time. Where's my outro? Wait a second, everyone. Hold on. All right. Peace.
It's heavy. Famous love. Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots around my neck. Self-respect. When you out of line, you put yourself in check. They don't hear me. They don't hear me though. Cycles going round and round and round like a merry-go. Stand for truth or fall for any old scenario. That's why I keep my circle smaller than a Cheerio. Cause this the company you keep. Stay woke. Please don't get caught sleep. End up sowing what you reap. Know your worth and don't sell cheap. The ghost is inside of me. Can't take it out of me. No matter where